Good evening and welcome to the first ever virtual induction ceremonies for the International Folk Association's Polka Music Hall of Fame for the year 2020. I'm Fred Belinsky, and I was inducted into the Polka Music Hall of Fame in 1992. Hard to believe it was 28 years ago. Sure makes me feel old. I was a band leader, musician, recording artist, and fortunate to have been the creator and promoter of one of the largest polka festivals ever, Polka Motion by the Ocean. Today, I serve as trustee for the International Polka Association. For the past 6 years, I've acted as chairman of the Polka Music Hall of Fame and Music Awards programs. I serve as only the second person to have had the honor of managing the processes for both the Hall of Fame and the Music Awards. Before me, the legendary and honorable Leon Kozicki functioned as the chair for 46 years. Indeed, walking in his footsteps is quite a task, but the rewards of being a part of these crown jewels of the polka world are unbelievable. So, let's get on with the Hall of Fame inductees. The Hall of Fame class of 2020 is an august group of individuals who have done it all. They were musicians, recording artists, promoters, radio personalities, and even Hollywood movie stars. And they are being recognized for their contributions and accomplishments by the National College of Electors for the International Folk Association. I will introduce each of them to you and give you a very brief capsule of who they are and what they did. Our first inductee is Bill Shabilsky. Bill is a disc jockey. He began his broadcasting career by becoming host of a polka show at Fordham University, November 28th in 1964. It happened to have been the first stereo program in the nation, polka-wise, and was broadcast on a 50,000-watt station. His father, Bill Sr., was a singer-songwriter and nightclub entertainer, and he gave Bill a significant encouragement to pursue his dream career in broadcasting. Bill was asked by Frank Wojnarowski to MC the first major polka festival at the Manhattan Center back in 1967 that featured over 20 polka bands. Bill's radio show peaked in later years and was rated #1 show of its kind in the New York City metropolitan area by the radio polling organization Arbitron. He was also master of ceremonies of New York City's Pulaski Day Parade. Later, the New York State Council of Arts contacted him to assist with a live show at the famous Carnegie Hall. Well, for over 50 years, Bill has been promoting polkas and polka events in person and over the airwaves with his Saturday night and Sunday afternoon weekend polka parties. So, on behalf of the officers, the directors, the trustees, and the electors of the International Polka Association, we are proud to induct Bill Shabilsky into the International Polka Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Bill. Next we had Dave Zikowski. Dave was a musician, band leader, and recording artist, and he played on a national scale. In 1975, Del Sinchek was looking to sell his company, Wham Records, and he found an eager buyer in this young 22-year-old David Zikowski. David assumed the role of record company owner, producer, distributor, promoter, and marketer. He quickly formed a partnership with Polka Hall of Famer Gary Ramy of Peppermint Studios in Youngstown, Ohio. Dave was responsible for recording over 100 albums, several of which received Grammy nominations, and many won the awards from the IPA International Folk Association and the United States Folk Association for favorite albums of the year. They provided the opportunity for so many bands across the country, for both new and well-established bands, to capture their sounds and songs in a truly high-quality product. Under Dave, Wham Records became the most sought-after label a polka band could have their albums released on. Dave earned the respect of the entire polka world, and countless polka artists are grateful that their successful careers bear the fingerprints of Dave Zahowski. So, on behalf of the officers, the directors, the trustees, and the electors of the International Folk Association, we are once again proud to induct Dave Zahowski into the International Polka Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations, my good friend David. Ricky Rizzuto is next. Now, Ricky was born in March 6, 1958, to Sally and Chester Rizzuto. Sally's father, Wally Baran, was the original drummer with the Steve Adamczyk band. So, from an early age, Rick and his entire family were exposed to the sounds of polka music. Well, for 50 years, Rick's band, the Music Company, has been a staple on the Chicago polka scene and also on a national level. Since the early 80s, Rick has been the leader and the lead vocalist of the band Music Company. Ricky was also a DJ. He had a polka show called the Polka Get Together, which aired for 6 years on WEAW, WVBX, WPNA, and WCEV. He hosted it with his friend Keith Strauss. Well, today he transformed himself from a DJ to an IJ. And he continues the Polka Jammer Network, hosting and providing technical support to the weekly International Folk Association show, which is heard every Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Rick has devoted most of his life to the promotion of polka music. For over 3 decades, he worked just about every aspect of our industry. His love of polkas is indisputable. Rick held many posts within the International Folk Association, including multiple terms as the organization's president, and currently serves as an ex officio advisor to the IPA. So, Ricky, on behalf of the officers, directors, trustees, and electors of the International Folk Association, we are very proud and pleased to induct you into the International Polka Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations and welcome to the club, my dear friend. Tony Krupski, Buffalo, New York, is being inducted into the Polka Hall of Fame in the deceased category. His career began in 1961 when Tony put together a 3-piece combo with his 2 brothers, Gary and Don. He dragged them to the Ted Mack Original Amateur Hour, where they made an appearance and were televised. Well, then in 1967, Alan and Dennis joined the group, and just 2 years later, the band recorded its first album, A Lively Polka Session. In 1967, the boys lost their mother. Tony stepped up to give the brothers the guidance and support they needed. Tony managed to keep the family together through music education. Tony was also the main reason why the Crew Brothers band was so successful, as he was responsible for writing, arranging, and organizing rehearsals, along with managing and booking the All Brother Band. When playing polka dances and festivals, it was an amazing sight to see how Tony would always take the time during the breaks to go to each table to talk and thank the people for coming out in support of the Crew Brothers. Well, I got to say one thing. Under Tony's direction and leadership, the band, the Crew Brothers, became a national favorite. So on behalf of the officers, directors, trustees, and electors of the International Folk Association, we are proud to induct Tony Kruski into the International Polka Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Next, we have our polka pioneer. This is Ellsworth Babe Wagner. He's our pioneer, and he's also deceased. Well, Ellsworth was nicknamed Babe. And in his early youth, he was a native of New Ulm, Minnesota, the polka capital of the nation. He was born in Essig, Minnesota, on June 1st, 1914. During his short life, music was definitely his thing. He learned to play the piano, violin, saxophone, trombone, and drums. But trombone became his instrument of choice. At the age of 17, Babe was playing with the Whoopie John Band at the Marigold Ballroom in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Gene Krupa heard him playing and asked him to join his band, the Krupa Band, which he did in 1939. He toured nationwide and had several parts in several movies in Hollywood. 1944, he returned to New Ulm to await his call into the armed forces. He did a restate in uniform, and in 1946, he returned and organized his own band and recorded with Columbia Records. The orchestra became famous for its old-time polka music, even though Babe was equally proficient as a jazz player. I told you, Babe was born June 1st, 1914, and he died September 16th in 1949 at the young age of 35. He was survived by his wife, Florence, and his daughter, Karen. Although his life was short, Babe made a significant impact on the Dutchman-style polka music. The music he produced was top-notch and innovative for that era. He made the trombone a recognized lead instrument in the Dutchman style of polkas. So on behalf of the officers, directors, trustees, and electors of the International Polka Association, we are proud to induct Ellsworth Babe Wagner into the International Polka Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations.